Alan Wake Remastered. Heute Episode 4. Die Wahrheit, Schrägstrich, the Truth. Meiner Meinung nach eines mit der besten Episoden. Gefolgt mit Episode 5. Wobei eigentlich geht wird das Spiel ab jetzt richtig nice von der Story, finde ich. Denn jetzt fügen sich langsam, wenn man genau hinguckt und zuhört, so Stück für Stück die Puzzleteile zusammen. Ist ein geiles Kapitel, hat ein geiles Finale, habe ich richtig Bock drauf. Gestern hat man ja ein bisschen Gameplay gesehen, wo wir hatten das ja live im Stream geguckt. Ich denke auch nicht, dass ich das auf YouTube rüberschicke, weil dafür wäre einfach, sorry, aber Summer Game Fest zumindest für mich nicht interessant genug, dass ich mir da denke, yo, da war geiler Stuff mit dabei, den muss ich auf YouTube exportieren. Jedenfalls hat man da ein bisschen Gameplay gesehen zu Alan Wake 2. Ich war ein bisschen enttäuscht, weil ich mir mehr erhofft hatte, dass mehr gezeigt wird. So im Vergleich vielleicht so was in Richtung wie Mortal Kombat 1, was da gezeigt wurde. Da hat man ja durchaus schon einiges gesehen. Dass das jetzt halt einfach noch so ein kleiner Abschnitt gewesen ist, wo gespielt wurde, ist okay. Aber ich hätte mir, wie gesagt, dennoch ein bisschen mehr gewünscht eigentlich. Aber das ist auch, liegt auch so ein bisschen an mir. Es hieß halt nur, Gameplay wird gezeigt werden und ich dachte halt direkt, geil, 5 Minuten Gameplay-Präsentation. Was nicht der Fall war. Jo. Lange Rede, kurzer Sinn. Wir setzen das Spiel jetzt gleich sofort fort. Und werden ja dann sowieso zurückgeworfen, was bisher geschah bei Alan Wake. Das heißt, ich muss da nichts zusammenfassen. Das übernimmt das Spiel für mich. Let's go.
Previously on Alan Wake, I'm hunted by the law.
Sheriff, Wake's running. I'm giving chase.
Are you seriously telling me that writer just took out my deputies?
A thriller I supposedly wrote is coming true. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I was told that Alice had been kidnapped, but that was a lie.
We don't have his wife. We don't know where she is.
Her purported kidnapper was eaten up by the dark presence before it attacked me.
Aber dann wurden wir gerettet.
Alan, shh, baby. It was just a nightmare.
Alice.
There you go, Alan.
Hartman. I fell.
I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period.
What?
Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now. The shock of your wife's death triggered a mental illness.
No, you're lying.
You're suffering from various symptoms of undifferentiated schizophrenia.
Bastard.
It's okay, Alan. Just let go.
I felt groggy. Whatever Hartman had bumped in me was making me numb. I felt like this was happening to someone else. Someone I was watching on television. I couldn't think. Couldn't focus. There were only empty sheets of paper here. No manuscript pages.
Bisschen hell, ey. Also meine Fresse, ich sehe... Oh, ich glaube, ich bin im Himmel oder so.
The door was locked. I was a prisoner here.
Good evening, Alan. Are we feeling better now? Feeling calm?
Yeah. I see you brought your pet gorilla with you. So sure, I'm calm. I get the message. Loud and clear.
Quite right. That's the spirit. You're being very brave, Alan. I understand you're confused. I would be more concerned if you weren't suspicious of me. I don't blame you for it.
Big of you.
Now, why don't you come with me? We'll reacquaint you with my clinic and go over everything you might have forgotten. Little walk and some fresh air? Yes, it will do you good.
Ist denn der Ton soweit okay? Oder...
This corridor is for patients. Most of them aren't here right now. Jack took them out for a fishing trip. Except for the ones who are particularly vulnerable, of course. I encourage creativity as a part of the recovery process here at Cauldron Lake Lodge. I specialize in treating artists.
I bet you do.
Splendid, Alan. I honestly believe we can get this thing under control if we work together. This way, Alan.
Interessante Bilder.
Now, Alan, from past experience with you, I know I need to get right into the heart of the matter as quickly as I can after an episode. So I'm just going to say this. Alice is dead.
No.
You're in a very vulnerable state until you understand and accept this. Alice drowned, and you couldn't face that. You're suffering from hallucinations, paranoid delusions, unusual thinking, an obsession about light and darkness, a feeling that everything revolves around you, your thoughts and dreams. Your mind has constructed an elaborate fantasy scenario in which your writings are affecting reality. She has been kidnapped, and supernatural forces of darkness are trying to stop you. We go this way, Alan.
I wasn't ready for another shot, so I went along with it. He had to be lying. But under the influence of the drug he had given me, I had to fight not to believe his words.
It's all in your head. You've been making it up. Apart from the tragic accident with your wife, no one has been killed. Your delusions are just a manifestation of your subconscious mind trying to protect you from the too painful truth. Unless we fight the fantasy, it will return. I know the instinct is to resist me, but think about it. Doesn't this make far more sense than the insane supernatural conspiracy you have concocted in your mind? You're a skeptic by nature, Alan. We both know this. Everything can be explained logically. I never get tired of this view. Very inspiring, isn't it?
Cauldron Lake spread below us. I could see Mirror Peak on the other side of the lake. I thought I could make out the spot where Diver's Isle had been when I arrived with Alice. Now there was nothing but waves.
It seems there's a storm coming. Funny, I don't recall there being a mention of that in the weather forecast. Well, no matter. This way. Follow me. Alan, what I'm telling you is good news. Right now, we're in control. Every time you have a relapse, it gets more and more difficult to resurface from the dark depths of your imagination. Not surprising, considering your profession. Imagination is what you work with. After all your nightmares, this should come as an immense relief to you. If it doesn't, why is that? Because I'm lying? Or because you don't want to admit that you're not well? It's very natural for you to think of me as your enemy. It's part of the illness.
I let him talk.
After all,
Hartman
I'm the
obviously
one
loved
trying
his
to
own
bring you
voice.
out of the
His
world
words
you've
echoed
constructed
madly
for
inside
yourself.
my head.
But I
I dug
can't
my
do
nails
it
into
by
the palms of
myself.
my hands to stay
You need
focused.
to work with me. Once you accept that, we can begin the journey towards your recovery. Come along. Let's go inside. Here's the entrance to the office wing. That's for staff only. You were impressed by my trophies when you first arrived here. I do love to hunt. The great outdoors, man versus nature. It's wonderful stuff.
Pretty damn wonderful, yeah.
Scary, scary, scary.
Emerson.
I'm a real bad dream, mister. You should be afraid of me. Don't want to run into me in the night, that's for sure.
Please, Emerson. Mr. Wake is confused enough as it is.
Yeah, you'd like me to go away so you won't be scared. But you can't just decide what kind of dream you have or when you have it.
Emerson,
Okay. Sorry. Ew.
that's Emerson. We're actually making some progress with him, I'm happy to say. He works on
Elbow
video
strike.
games.
Ooh, yeah.
It's trash, of course, but it does
I'll get
involve
him
some
to the head.
small creative effort, which makes him receptive to my therapeutic methods.
Allein deswegen würde ich ihm schon so dermaßen einen aufs Maul hauen, ne? Du siehst nicht nett aus. Das wäre eigentlich schon eine nice Bude. Ich will zwar nicht wissen, wie die Heizkosten von dieser Bude sind, aber naja. Erstmal die Kaffeekanne da oben ohne gehen. Oh, da ist noch ein QR-Code. Noch ein QR-Code. Ihr wisst, was das heißt. Wird wieder Zeit für ein Dings-Video. Habe ich diesmal gar nicht vorbereitet.
Dann kommt auch immer noch ein kleines
Schnauze. Das war ein Dino Crisis-Video. Das ich noch fertig gucken will. Alan Wake Remastered QR-Codes. Ja, gut, dass es da gespeichert ist, wo wir zuletzt aufgehört hatten zu gucken.
A beginning. A primordial forest. The colors of the fall. The mist. A caldera lake. Silence echoes. Loud. It's too late to hear the words. The man, naked, crawls to the shore. Like a birth? To say that would be a lie. Nothing like a birth. The opposite. He staggers to his feet. A carcass of a deer lies on the shore, rotting amidst driftwood. The man is afraid, beside himself. Who is he? He doesn't himself know. Dark waves have washed it away. A blank page where this horror story will be written. He remembers darkness, feels the shadow pressing down on him, coming after him. He must get away. He runs to the forest, to a fate worse than death.
Und das waren alle QR-Codes. Das klingt so ein bisschen nach dem Intro von Alan Wake 2, das wir dann wohl spielen werden. Hoffentlich zumindest. So. Übrigens, wenn ich ja schon gerade eben, ist ja schon wieder eine halbe Stunde hergefühlt, hier Dings angesprochen habe, sagen wir mal schnell, Summer Game Show, Summer Game Fest, so. Ich hoffe, dass Xbox am Sonntag abliefert. Capcom haben wir ja auch noch. Wer weiß. Wäre halt schon ganz geil, wenn wir vielleicht noch irgendwie ein neues Phoenix Wright oder so. Wobei, Markov und ich, wir müssen sowieso noch ein paar Phoenix Wright Spiele spielen. Frage ist nur wann. The Creator's Dilemma, das fesselnde neue Buch von Dr. Emil Hartman, Autor des Bestsellers Creative Flow. Er erklärt seine bahnbrechende Techniken, Bindungstherapie und der Fluss in seinen eigenen Worten. Jetzt landesweit im Buchhandel erhältlich. Nee.
Now, you might have noticed the typewriter in your room. You've been writing as a part of the therapy. As soon as you feel up to it, you should continue.
Willkommen in der Cauldron Lake Lodge. Wir sind hier, um Ihnen die spezielle Hilfe zukommen zu lassen, die Sie benötigen. Bitte beachten Sie jedoch Folgendes. Bitten Sie Freunde und Familienmitglieder, Besuche vorher anzukündigen, um sicherzustellen, dass sie nicht Ihre Therapie- und/oder Kreativphasen stören. Bitte respektieren Sie auch das Bedürfnis der anderen Patienten nach Privatsphäre, vor allem, wenn sie sich in ihren eigenen kreativen Prozessen befinden oder wenn sie sich nach eigener Zärtlichkeit sehnen. Haben Sie Geduld. Für gewöhnlich haben unsere Patienten langwierige Kreativitätsprobleme, die sich nicht über Nacht lösen lassen. Geben Sie sich selbst die Zeit, die Sie brauchen. Vergessen Sie nicht, dass Sie sich freiwillig einer Behandlung unterziehen, die speziell für Sie entwickelt wurde. Die Bindungstherapie und ihre Schwestermethode der Fluss funktionieren am besten, wenn Sie aktiv an ihren Gestaltungen teilnehmen. Sollten Sie Fragen haben, zögern Sie nicht, diese zu stellen.
My rheumatism's killing me. There's a storm coming. Oh, what a storm.
I hope it wipes this place off the face of the earth.
And these two are the Anderson brothers, Odin and Thor. They had how should I put this? A heavy metal band in the 70s and 80s called Old Gods of Asgard. They even adopted new first names to complete the image of Viking gods. After the band broke up, they lived on a farm nearby. They are, well, in advanced stages of dementia. They're well cared for, TLC and all that. There's nothing more that can be done. I'm afraid that the rock and roll lifestyle has left its mark. Oh, that won't do. I'm so sorry to cut this short for now, Alan. The power has been acting up. I'd better go check on it. We'll continue this soon. Meanwhile, when you feel up to it, return to your room and try to write. It really is for the best. Don't you think?
I'd like to bash his head in with a hammer.
Oh, he'd love to fish out our secrets, but he has no clue. He's not crazy enough. Not crazy like us, Sonny.
Yeah!
Being crazy's a requirement, Sonny. Who else could understand the world when it's like this? It takes crazy to know crazy.
That's the sanest thing I've heard in a while.
Zane! You're all right, Tom. Hey, we like him, don't we, bro? He's got to go to the farm.
The Anderson Farm. Valhalla!
We wrote it all down, lest we forget. A crash course. All you need to know to get your head right. You need to find the message.
Here, Sonny, here's something for you. Gave me a rash, but I kept it safe from these bastards.
My head was clearing up, or according to Hartman, I was sinking back into the fantasy. I was convinced he was lying to me about everything. Crazy or not, the Andersons made more sense.
Die Andersons sind so unfassbar faszinierende Charaktere, wie ich finde. Und auch so unfassbar interessant.
Zane could feel the poems, taking form, shaping things. As he experimented, he imagined he could almost feel the power surging through the keys of the typewriter. It exhilarated him. But there was fear, too. If not for his young assistant Emil, he would have given it up. But Emil convinced him otherwise. He too had a way with words.
Und ja, scheinbar scheinen die Andersons mehr zu wissen. Aber wie ich gesagt habe, so langsam fangen sich so ein paar Puzzleteile an, an ihren Platz zu legen.
Tom, you got any booze on you?
Yeah, no.
We
Sorry,
have a
guys.
stash of the special stuff at the farm. Our own formula. Local ingredients. Medicine clears your head right up. Makes you remember like moonbeams on the brain.
Oh, I just noticed. Leather patches on the elbows? That's not very rock and roll.
Tom just lost is all. Baba Yaga got to him too, the damn witch.
She used us all. Taken from all of us. Took my thunder, the witch.
And my ravens, what were they? Memory and thought, the hag.
She took something from you too, didn't she? That's what she does.
We're better off. This place, the lake, it gives you power. If you're a creator, an artist, a god.
Nightmares shifted in their sleep in the darkness of the lake.
Yeah, that's the one. She makes sure it comes out twisted and wrong. Just ask the lamp lady. She knows what happened to that other writer.
She's been using you, boy, and you let her. You went and opened the door for her, didn't you?
Now, it was already open a crack. And whose fault is that? We're morally corrupt, disease-ridden, old and stupid.
Doesn't mean he had to open it all the way, goddammit.
So tired. Built the farm close to the lake, a place of power.
We had parties there, man. You should go there and have a party.
That Bob Balder threw the amp through the window, hit that hippie chick in the back of the head. 15 stitches and a concussion. Bob's dead now. Leukemia.
Stitches, snitches, and narcs, man. Bad scene.
I'm tired, man. So tired.
Ach, das wird doch richtig nice.
I'm a bad dream, and you can't wake up. You can't hurt a nightmare because all dreams are only imagination. They're only in your head, and they're not there when you wake up. So you can't wake up because I'm in charge now, and I don't want to disappear. My nightmare is the publisher people who want to make a contribution so they can say they made a contribution. And then we end up with mullets in there because they think mullets are funny, but it wasn't supposed to be about mullets, and now it's about mullets. And when it's in slow motion, they call it mullet time because the numbers came back from marketing that mullet time is the hook we needed to go big in the target demographic. And they're not even kidding. They say it all like serial killers with straight faces and smiles. My nightmare is the writers who want to make everything from the characters to the toasters talk all the time and express their feelings so they won't shut up. And the writers won't shut up either because they have feelings too. And I have to listen to them because they're not scared of me. And everyone should just shut up. Shut up. Shut up. But I don't see nightmares anymore because I'm too scary for them. I take 2 pills every morning and 1 with every meal and 4 when I go to bed. And that makes me the scariest nightmare of all.
Ja. Der hat definitiv Probleme.
Oh, hello. I've painted you.
Okay.
I was just struck by inspiration a couple of days ago. Dr. Hartman wanted me to paint landscapes, and that's what I was doing. But now I've been doing these things, a lot of them. The images just keep coming. Dr. Hartman likes them. He has them in his office.
Yeah?
He's very proud of me. He says I'm getting much better. I think I'm getting better. Well, I guess I'd better start wrapping this up. The storm is almost here. Look at that. I'd hate to be out there tonight.
Abgeschlossen.
Good thing he's not overreacting or anything.
Well, the doors were locked. Hartman and the nurses would have keys, but there was no way to get my hands on them.
You know how they get.
Gotcha. The doc's got me looking after Wake here, but Holler if they get too rowdy.
I'll do that, Birch.
Something's wrong. I'm not myself. It's hard to think that there's a shadow inside my head. I can only focus on writing. Everything else is a blur. I'm trapped in this cabin. Have been for days, but it's always dark outside. My editor is real. I saw her again. She's not human. It's not human. A dark presence is wearing the old woman's face. She was covered in clinging shadows. There's a hole in her chest where her heart should be. I think I've made a horrible mistake. I don't think I'm any closer to saving Alice. It's been lying to me, using me to get the story it wants, and the story will come true.
Da muss ich lang.
Hey, Wake, why don't you humor Dr. Hartman and give the writing a shot, huh? Typewriter's in your room.
The white glare of the blank page in front of me hurt my eyes. My hands began to shake uncontrollably.
Everybody, calm down. Put that down. Birch, I need help.
Hey, Wake, you stay here. I'm gonna go see what's up. You just keep doing what you're doing. Be cool, okay?
I didn't know what the chaos was all about, but it could be my only chance of getting out of here.
I don't know.
Here's a friendly poke from Mjolnir, wench.
Oh, afraid of the crazy brothers, are ya? Not so weak now, are we?
Hartman kept talking, giving Barry the grand tour, clearly proud of the place. He went on and on about his hunting trophies, and Barry was impressed. But he was here on business. He raised his voice, cut through the monologue. Hey, Hartman, where's Al? Hartman stopped in mid-sentence, annoyed at the interruption. He nodded at the hulking orderly standing nearby. The man smiled and clapped a practiced hand on Barry's shoulder.
Klingt nicht nett.
Unraveling fast, aren't they? Nah.
Sinclair looked bad. That wasn't a love tap. The crazy old fart hit her hard. And if she was one of Hartman's goons, she had it coming. I could get the key to the office from Sinclair. I had to get to Hartman's office. He had taken all my manuscript pages. That's where he'd been keeping them.
Birch. It's time to pay the piper.
Maybe you could come out and beat our wrinkled and adult diapered asses for us, since you're so tough, Bert.
The markings on the tape said they were recordings Hartman had made of the sessions with his patients. I saw Alice's name on one of them. For a moment, I couldn't breathe right.
Ich muss sagen, das Bild da links mit dem Wolf oder so, das ist schon ziemlich nice. Das würde ich mir auch, glaube ich, noch zulegen.
Hartman wasn't happy. Maud could see it in his eyes. He quickly lowered his own. He had made a mess of it, and he knew it. The shame of failure was hard to bear. He hadn't expected Wake to say he needed more time, and he blurted out 2 days, less than Wake had asked for to show him who was in charge. But that wasn't part of Hartman's plan.
Ja, wie wir jetzt dadurch erfahren haben, war dieser angebliche Entführer, der hat unter einer Decke gesteckt mit Dr. Hartman hier.
Now, Mrs. Wake, can you tell me about Alan's problems?
He's more and more out of control all the time. The parties, he's so angry all the time. He's getting violent.
Do you mean with you?
No, not with me. No, never. Sometimes I almost wish Alan would take a swing at me, because at least that'd lead to a conversation he couldn't just march out of. But no. Alan doesn't really sleep. And the work, well, he's not writing at all. He sits there for hours and just gets more and more frustrated. And I can't talk to him.
Yes. Tell me, Mrs. Wake. What would you say to him if he'd listen?
I don't know. I want to say, I look at you, and it's not you. Just
say this.
No. I've tried, but he's not listening. He's too deep in his own problems, always going on about something else. I'm so afraid I'm gonna lose him, and we're not even talking anymore. He doesn't let me in anymore. He just keeps me in the dark. I'm so alone here, even when he's home. Please help me, Doctor, because I'm at my wit's end.
Well, if you can just get him here, I'll absolutely do my very best.
Yeah, but Doctor, you need to be careful with him. He's not just going to listen to you and cooperate. He's the most stubborn man I've ever met.
Well, I'll be sure to bear that in mind.
Hearing her voice, what she was saying made me happy and sick and guilty all at once. Worst of all, I recognized the words. The phone call from her. It had been a cut-up of this. Just a recording.
Let me out of here! Hartman, do you hear me? I'm gonna chew your crazy quack ass to shreds! Seriously! Do you have
Barry?
any idea?
Ow! About time! Barry, man, am I glad to see you.
We need to get to Hartman's office.
It's right next door.
You okay?
Yeah.
Oops.
These were all the pages I had on me. And more.
Alan, please. You're sliding back into the...
Tell me one more lie and I'll shoot you in the face.
Ah, well, it was worth a shot. Really, Wake, come on. Let's work together on this. You have no idea...
Hartman, shut up! Barry, get out of here. I'll catch up with you. Get a car.
Oh, Al, let's just...
Go!
Wake, listen to me. This is a mistake. Don't you see? Together we can create something absolutely wonderful. With your ability and mine.
Ja, und von diesem Grinsen haben wir ja auch schon gelesen, ne?
Hartman followed the fall of Alan Wake with his binoculars. When the rider hit the water, he ordered Jack to take the boat to him. The spot was easy to see in the dark, even with all the extra lights in the boat. The flare floated and kept burning even in the water. Jack turned the radio louder as the engine sputtered. The music was rough and clanking, something the Anderson brothers would no doubt have enjoyed. But Hartman chose to ignore it. Wake was finally within his reach.
Was hatten wir? Letzte Woche haben wir drüber gelesen gehabt. Da gab es nämlich so eine Seite mit dieser Szene. Ups. Sag mal. Immerhin nett von der Dunkelheit finden ist, dass es so langsam ist.
I needed light to get the possessed bookshelves out of my way.
Ja. Mann. Ich glaube, das nennt man wohl Multikill. Au.
Hartman knew he was no creator. He had no ambitions on that front, and he certainly didn't want to end up like every artist he had worked with here, damaged in ways that were hard to describe, or worse. It was enough for Hartman to maintain creative control and provide direction, to be a producer. That was what most of these people were in need of anyway. Of course, suitable subjects were few and far in between.
Mit anderen Worten, er hat sie alle ausgenutzt. Ja, aber erstmal das obligatorische schnelle Umgucken nach Seiten. Die Kaffeedinger sind einfach nur nette Nebensachen. Wie konnte man nochmal? Ich weiß doch, dass das irgendwie ging. Ah, Tab.
Found the car, but the gate's locked. You're gonna have to go through the hedge maze over there.
Barry, I don't have a light.
Take this, Al.
Danke.
God, look at the house, Al. Look out!
Ja, wie würde man so schön sagen? Shit is about to get real. Geht man ja wahnsinnig bei. Don't trust Emil. Leute, jetzt wisst ihr Bescheid. Wenn ihr einen Emil kennt, vertraut dieser Person nicht.
I stared at the Viking paraphernalia that littered the area, surrounding an unlikely centerpiece. A full-size stage complete with an impressive sound system with all the trimmings, including a dragon. It took a special kind of crazy to build something like this in a remote field. When the sky split open with a deafening boom and the music started blasting, it felt strangely appropriate.
Wie war noch so die goldene Regel in... Oder was heißt goldene Regel? Aber es gibt auch irgend so eine Regel, die man gerne bei Labyrinthen sagt. Immer rechts gehen oder sowas. Wäre interessant zu wissen, ob da was Wahres dran ist an dieser Regel. Da ist er, der Emil. Ey, 2 gegen 1, wobei das sind mehr als 2. Mann! Die already! Aber ich habe gerade alles an Batterien verschwendet, das ich hatte. Gefühlt. Warum sind die ganzen Sheriffs eigentlich halbe Bodybuilder? Was machen die bitte für ein Training? Sheriff, Parkwächter. Beide fast das gleiche.
Mott knew that Wake was smarter than him. Wake had more money, a beautiful wife, everything. And Hartman said Wake was important. That made him better than Mott. But Mott was calling the shots now. He'd expected Wake to whimper and grovel, but instead, he seemed willing to fight. Mott knew he'd gotten under Wake's skin. If only Mott actually had his wife. The thought made him shiver.
Oh! Leute. Einer nach dem anderen, bitte. Perfekt.
For the moment, Barry was just glad he had survived the fall. He had been separated from Al, and there was no easy way to climb back up. He told himself he'd be okay in the gloomy forest at night. He would just have to wait for a while for Al to find his way down. Barry turned when he heard the heavy footsteps and saw the movement. The man-shaped shadow lunged at him from the bushes, an axe held high. Barry screamed and threw up his hand. The world exploded.
Ah, wieder die guten Batterien. Ohne Batterien geht hier gar nichts.
Hartman watched as Wake's features slackened. The man was bullheaded, no doubt. Even lying on the bed, he'd almost broken Hartman's nose the second time. But with a little time, he could break Wake down, give him proper direction. Wake was easily the most promising subject he had had. Well, since Tom, really. "Sleep well, Alan," Hartman whispered with a smile. "Let me take care of you." He sniffed hard to clear his throbbing nose, swallowed blood, and barely tasted it.
Ja, hat er aber auch verdient, so aufs Maul zu kriegen.
Al! You're alive! Let's get out of here. Can you open this gate?
Maybe.
Barry.
Well, I slammed it shut when the nasty showed up, and the key fits kind of loose in the lock, so, Barry! I'll find it! Don't worry about it!
Au. Das ist irgendwie ein bisschen... Au!
Here it is! Al, I found the key!
Ah, Hilfe!
Al, please tell me we're headed for the nearest "You're now leaving Bright Falls. Come back soon" sign.
We're going to the Anderson farm.
I knew you were gonna say something like that. You know what? You owe me big time for this. When this is through, if we make it, I don't care what anybody says, I'm done with darkness. You're gonna buy me a tanning bed as a gift, and I'm gonna live in it.
Scheiß Pappaufsteller auf der Rückbank.
I'm crazy, but that's fine, Barry.
Oh, you got that right, Al. You're barking mad. You are by far the craziest...
But maybe that's inevitable when you deal with crazy stuff like this. It helps. This is happening, Barry. Alice, they never had Alice. She's trapped in the darkness at the bottom of the lake, but she's not dead.
Al, how can you know that?
I know, Barry. I can...
Al,
No, listen. I can bring her back. I can find her. There's something special about this place. The lake, it does something to the works of art created here. It makes them come true. But there's a catch. The dark presence, whatever that thing is, twists it to its own ends. That's why all of this is happening. It's using my manuscript to take over everything.
Al, I believe you.
It happened to Thomas Zane before, it happened to the Andersons.
I believe you. Crazy or not, you're not delusional. Weird shit's going down. That's a fact. I'm on board, man. I'm with you.
The Andersons knew about it, but they were too far gone to tell me with all the drugs they were on. But they wrote it down. There's a message somewhere at their farm, Barry. We just need to find it.
Look out!
Ow! God damn it, Al, talk to me!
I had lost my gun in the crash. Barry was nowhere to be seen.
Barry! Barry!
Oh, man, you're okay! Jeez, it's good to hear your voice! I was trying to get out of the car, but the ground gave way. Man, what a drop! Don't worry, your cutout is fine.
Forget that! Are you okay?
I hit some bushes, didn't get a scratch. There's no way you can climb down, though. It's like a sheer wall. Al, there's something moving down here!
Barry, it's a taken! Use a flare, Barry!
Yeah!
Barry, are you alright?
I'm good, Al! I'm great! Guess you never messed with anyone from New York City before, huh?
Übrigens, einer hat Spaß.
You're gonna have to find your way around to the farm, Al! I'll be waiting!
Barry, just wait for me, okay?
Al! I'm not staying here! It's suicide! I'm going to the farm! I'm gonna go ahead and secure the area. You can catch up. Don't worry about it. I'm on the case.
Now he's Rambo. This would turn into a disaster if I didn't catch up with Barry.
Ja, jetzt dürfen wir natürlich einen guten Weg drum herum laufen. Auf der Suche. Au. Nach dem Weg nach unten. Ich will doch nur an die Seite ran. Danke.
When he stopped the car at the Anderson farm, Walter felt relieved. Oblivion was close at hand. The brothers wouldn't miss a jar of moonshine or two in the booby hatch. But then he saw the man on the porch, and he knew who it was. Driving for his life and knowing it was useless, he didn't realize he was crying until he couldn't see the road for the tears.
Übrigens schon mal der dezente Hinweis, falls nicht wirklich aufgefallen. Aber die Anderson-Brüder hatten uns gerade eben wieder... Also was heißt gerade eben? Als wir das letzte Mal mit denen geredet hatten, haben die uns auch wieder Tom genannt. Und der einzige Tom, den wir erkennen, ist Thomas Zane und so. Sag nur, ne? wird noch interessant. Au. Au. Mich würde ja wirklich interessieren, wenn dann Alan Wake 2 draußen ist. Ich denke, ich werde das auch nochmal machen am Schluss, wenn wir mit Alan Wake durch sind, dass ich so meine Story-Theorie dann mal äußern werde. Dass wir darüber quatschen werden. Weil ich wäre schon durchaus interessiert daran, wie nah ich denn mit meiner Story-Theorie am Ende bin. Denn Alan Wake war so wirklich das erste Spiel, bei dem ich mich, als ich das damals durchgezockt hatte, mich wirklich intensiv auch mit dem Spiel beschäftigt habe. Also storymäßig, dass ich das nochmal durchgespielt hatte. Und halt wirklich mir Sachen aufgeschrieben habe und was weiß ich nicht alles. Und halt wirklich Theorien aufgestellt habe, worum die Story genau gehen könnte. Also wie so der, ne, so Fan-Theorien, wie man so gerne hat. So wie der ganze Dark Souls-Scheiß habe ich mich voll in Alan Wake damals rein vertieft. Und selber geschrieben. Nicht geguckt, wie diese ganzen Wahnsinnigen, die in Dark Souls diese Theorie-Videos machen. Bei mir war es halt wirklich einfach Alan Wake gewesen.
Agent Nightingale stared at the passed out rider. The man was sleeping off one hell of a night. Nightingale felt a stab of envy at Wake's oblivion, but he had a job to do. He put the gun to Wake's head and almost became a murderer. His hand shook and his throat felt tight and dry. Biting his teeth, he tried again to pull the trigger. He lost the nerve. Wake stirred. Nightingale would have to settle for an arrest. I hoped there'd still be a working generator somewhere around here to power up the old lights by the gate.
Ja, auch erstmal hinlaufen müssen. Au. Nicht aufgepasst. Aber hier in der Höhle war ja nichts, ne? Da konnte ich auch nicht reingehen. Nee.
I could sense the movement in the woods ahead. Facing the enemy without a weapon was dangerous, but I had no choice.
Trust no one in the dark. Möglicherweise haben wir eine Taschenlampe gefunden. Was in Legend of Zelda das Schwert ist, ist in Alan Wake die Taschenlampe. It's dangerous to go alone. Hier nimm die Taschenlampe. Au! Das sind jetzt auch noch Homing-Missiles, diese Homing-Äxte, die sie da werfen, oder was? Alter. Hilfe! Ey! Bin ja wohl hier voll elegant am Ausweichen die ganze Zeit. Ey! Ey! Ich hab doch gesagt, voll elegant am Ausweichen. I call Bullshit.
I could sense the movement in the woods ahead.
Also, ich konnte nicht schneller laufen, weil keine Ausdauer mehr. Und ich habe ja wohl gerade, also wirklich, also noch, ne? Also, fand ich schon sehr frech gerade. Hallo? Könnt ihr mal aufhören, ihr Zeugs zu werfen? Oh. Mann! Lass mich in Ruhe jetzt. Das Schlimme ist, dass das Ausweichen auch Ausdauer kostet.
A car was driving away from the farm, headed in the same general direction as I was. For all I knew, it was Barry, caught in the consequences of leaping before looking.
Bessere Taschenlampe. Na? Geile Batterien. Also die haben dich hier wirklich für ein Zelt, für ein Camp ganz schön gemütlich gemacht hier. Das Holz aufgeschichtet. Klein gemacht.
The car was heading for the cabin up ahead. It wasn't far. If it was Barry, I would see the damage soon.
Wir haben ja Zeit, ne? Dann machen wir die Batterie wenigstens nicht leer.
I'm trying to deliver each page to the right time and place. I'm trying to show you how the story goes.
I had seen glimpses of the light before. I had seen it in my dream. It was a strange spaceman or a diver in a bulky suit. He was the one who'd been placing the pages on my path. The dark presence followed the choreography laid out to it in the manuscript, growing stronger and stronger, moving like a storm from one scene of destruction to the next. But it was still bound to follow the story and chained to the dark place it came from. When the story reached the end it longed for, it would finally be free.
Ja, das sind die ganzen Drecksfallen schon wieder. Meine Fresse. Ich hasse es so sehr. Ja. Halt mich in Ruhe.
The storm raged on as the Anderson brothers walked unsteadily away from the clinic with the other patients in tow, knowing that this time they wouldn't return. The darkness around them seethed with horrors, but Tor and Odin were unafraid. Their eyes glinted with guile. They knew every secret path, and there was blood on their hands. They had fought these shades before. Someone had left a gun behind. Now I had a fighting chance of reaching the farm.
The Taken are filled with darkness. Ja, nichts Neues für uns, ne? Wissen wir ja schon. Alles für eine Thermosflasche. Denn hier unten war nichts, ne? Ne. Diese verdreckten Fallen, ich sag's euch. Ich hasse sie. Vor allem, wenn man währenddessen noch kämpfen muss. Au! Bleibt man am besten zum Kämpfen stehen, ich zumindest. Weil ich ja die schlechte Angewohnheit habe, dann gerne in solchen Falle reinzulaufen. Hä? Oh, jetzt aber frech. Wo zieht ihr überhaupt die ganzen Beile her? Und Sicheln und überhaupt.
I could see the car, but there was no sight of the driver.
Hallo?
Hello? Anybody here? Barry!
No! Danny, you're not! Please! What are you? No! Don't! I'm sorry!
War das nicht?
I know you. You were in jail the other day.
I went to the farm again for the moonshine, you know? It makes you see. They're not gonna miss it. They're in the loony bin. But my buddy, Danny, I lost him. Something's gone wrong with him. It's not him. Like a real bad follow-up to a real good movie. The best friend's suddenly the bad guy. Who wrote this crap anyway?
Aber der ist tot.
I've run through every possible course in my head. If I continue like the Dark Presence wants me to, the story I'm writing won't save Alice. It's a horror story, and it's going to kill her, and me, and everybody in this town. No one will survive. Darkness will consume everything. This is what it's wanted all along. It will be free, unstoppable. It used Alice to get to me, dangled her in front of me to keep me going. It was never going to release her. I'm going to change this. I'll escape. I've written myself into the story. I'm now the protagonist. This feels like a terrible risk, but it's the only way to save Alice. I'll be bound by the events of the story just as much as anyone else who's been woven into it. The story must stay true for this to work. There have to be victims along the way, near escapes, cliffhangers. In a horror story, it can't be certain that the hero will succeed or even survive. He almost has to die. I'll write my own escape into the story next. I need help. Zane's going to be the one who will help me. I'll make it happen.
Nix. Dunkel.
front door was locked. The farm was still a good distance away. I'd need a car to get there fast.
Einfach mal in fremden Kellern sowas haben, ne? Why not? Hat ihr, ich weiß nicht, ob das so legal ist. Aber okay. Ob das schon als Wilderei zählt. Oder ob der eine Erlaubnis dafür hat. Was die Seite übersehen.
For a moment, Hartman considered strangling the idiot. Mott was mean-spirited, but easily manipulated. An emotional infant who lived for his approval. Wake, by contrast, was a far more difficult subject. Mott had given him too much leash. In 2 days, who knew what could happen? Hartman would have to find a way to rein him in, and quickly.
Ja. Was ja so nicht ganz passiert ist, ne? Wie ist denn so bei euch das Wetter? Noch so erträglich oder denkt ihr schon so, ja, Sommer könnte auch schon wieder vorbei sein?
If Barry wasn't up here, he was probably in trouble down at the farm. For a moment, I felt bad for doubting it. After all, I made it this far myself. But Barry was Barry.
Einfach einen halben Tokyo-Drift hingelegt bei der Kurve. Ich weiß jetzt gar nicht mehr, was es so an optionalen Stuff alles gegeben hat hier. Woran ich mich immer bei Alan Wake erinnere, sind überwiegend das Intro. Also hier in Kapitel, Episode 4, ne? Das Intro, wo wir ja gerade schon hinter uns haben, das im... Ach, im Ding, sag mal schnell. In der Irrenanstalt, sag ich jetzt einfach mal. Und das kein allzu gutes Wort ist. Und, ja. Dann da, wo wir die Farm, wo wir jetzt ja hinfahren. Das Schlimme ist, es sind halt wirklich nur so ungefähr 22, 23 Grad und so, aber ich merke halt einfach, ich bin die Temperatur erstmal aktuell einfach nicht mehr gewöhnt und muss mich erstmal wieder dran gewöhnen, weil für mich fühlen sich teilweise, wenn ich in der Sonne da mal kurz stehe, 22, 23 Grad an wie 28 bis 30 irgendwie so um den Dreh rum. Das wird noch ein richtiger Spaß auf der Dokumi dann werden, wenn ich dann in meinem Sith-Cosplay bin. Wovon ich übrigens versuche, mal demnächst auch ein paar Bilder zu machen. Einfach, um es auch mal hier so zu zeigen. Aber ich denke mal, zumindest ich werde vielleicht gucken, wenn ich daran denke auf der Dokumi und ab und zu mal die Handykamera zücken. Und so eine Art, ja, Video-Vlog oder sowas machen. Währenddessen, wobei man das jetzt nicht direkt einfach als Vlog nehmen kann, weil sowas mache ich nicht so. Kamera ins Gesicht halten, so, Leute, was geht ab? Willkommen in einem neuen Vlog. Das könnt ihr vergessen.
Well, as I'm sure everyone's noticed, that storm we all felt coming is finally here. The boys at the Weather Service reckon it'll last until morning at the very least. Pertaining to that, let me read that missing persons alert again. The Sheriff's Department's still looking for a Caucasian woman, 30 years old, slim and blonde with blue eyes, may be lost in the woods, and it's possible she's been injured in a car accident. If you see her, please make sure you get her indoors and call the sheriff. It's bad weather to be caught out in, so if you see someone in the area who maybe looks a little confused, give him a hand, all right? This is Pat Main on KBF FM, hoping you're all safe and warm tonight.
Und dann ist aber auch so wiederum der Gedanke so ein bisschen bezüglich, ja, scheiß drauf, oder? 14 Schuss, ja. Ist stärker. Vor allem auf Distanz. So der Gedanke, ein Dokumi, Hitze und sowas, so, ne, Regen wäre andererseits ganz geil, aber da denke ich mir so, ich weiß nicht, ob Regen wirklich geil wäre. Also am besten gar nicht erst regnen, sondern einfach nur dann bewölkt und kühl und windig so ein bisschen. Weil wenn es regnet und es ist Dokumi, dann wollen, was weiß ich, die ganzen Leute alle in die Halle mit rein. Und dann wird es in der Halle voll und da habe ich keinen Bock drauf. Also richtig voll. Aber ich denke, ich mache mir da ein bisschen mehr zu viele Gedanken drum. Was Wetter betrifft und das Cosplay. Einfach machen, wenn ich keinen Bock mehr habe, dann ziehe ich das Cosplay aus. Habe ja darunter leichte Klamotten an. Vielleicht ziehe ich mir einfach drunter oder nehme ich mir einfach sowas wie ein, keine Ahnung, ein T-Shirt mit. Unter der Hose vom Cosplay ziehe ich mir vielleicht einfach so eine Trikothose an und wenn mir zu warm wird, ziehe ich einfach den Scheiß aus. Und ey, im Idealfall, also so an manchen Tagen werden wir wahrscheinlich... Ich werde es ja eh nicht jeden Tag tragen, weil es ist einfach dann viel zu warm. Dann wird es einfach... Ja, und ich werde so oder so schon unterm Cosplay safe schwitzen. Dann kann ich es eh nur einmal anziehen, weil ich habe keinen Bock, wenn ich dann verschwitzt bin, am nächsten Tag das gleichen Klamotten davon wieder anzuziehen, die ich voll geschwitzt habe. Das war ich nicht. Frech, Leute. Ey, danke Spiel für nichts gerade. Ey, dieser Kameraschwenk gerade hat mir mal sowas von das Genick gebrochen. Alter. Vor mir die ganzen Gegner. Guck mal hinter dir, da ist ein Bagger. Danke, Spiel. Die Muni spare ich mir jetzt. Lass mein Auto in Ruhe, das ich mir... ja, geklaut habe. Boah, dieser Drift. Wie ging die Mucke von Tokyo Drift nochmal? Düm, 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 düm. Keine Ahnung, wie der Text ging. Klingt irgendwie immer was japanisch gejaultes. Was keine Sau versteht. Mit ein bisschen Englisch zwischendrin. Ah, der Rest kommt hier nicht rein. Oh, scheiße. Der Kollege da unten steckt fest. Gut für mich. Munition kann ich sparen. Ach, die Farm ist so nice. Sag's euch, da werden eure Spaßrezeptoren aber auf Maximum gestellt. Na, die Frage, soll ich das Spiel noch mal eine kleine Spur lauter machen jetzt gleich, oder wäre das dann zu laut? Weiß es nicht. Ich glaube, ich drehe gleich noch mal richtig laut auf, ein bisschen geile Mucke läuft, wa? Das kann man ruhig mal machen. Ja, wobei, wegen dem Rumballern, ich glaube, das wird ein bisschen zu laut. Wie laut ist es denn, wenn ich rumballer? Ja, das lassen wir so. Sonst wird's zu laut. Mich kaum berührt, come on.
Known the brothers used to be some kind of rock stars, but it hadn't really sunk in until I saw the stage.
Ow! Run! Incoming! There's too many of them!
God damn!
So glad you decided to go it alone, Mr. Bronson.
Shut up and shoot! Ow! We have to fight them off! I can set off more of the fireworks from here and help you out! Hey, Al! Did you notice there's a lot of ammo and stuff around? This place is stocked! Al, hold on! I'll try to get the stage lights on!
So ein geiler Moment. Liebe es jedes Mal aufs Neue.
That was awesome!
Bright Falls, rock and roll capital of America.
Oh, ein echt geiler Song.
Hey, Al! This way to the farm!
Deputy Mulligan tuned Thornton's chatter out. He didn't think writers were particularly useful people, and a huge manhunt for one struck him as idiotic. Certainly not worth the missed opportunity for coffee and pie. It wasn't even clear what the man had done, except run from them at the trailer park. Mulligan knew he wasn't alone. The sheriff's patience with the Fed was running out.
Keiner mochte den FBI-Agenten.
See, bestseller? No reason to worry. Your cutout's good as new, right where I left it. I'll come back for it once we have the place secured.
Yeah, that's been my biggest worry all this time. We need to get this thing moved out of the way.
This is as far as I got before they ambushed me.
Ja, liegt natürlich wieder an uns, dass wir uns darum kümmern, ne? What else? Übrigens, die Lampe, die wir gerade haben, ist auch die höchste Stufe.
What's that, Al?
I'm Alan Wake. I'm always right about everything. And if I don't get my way, I'll sulk all day long. I'm always intense and moody. It makes me very attractive and mysterious. Right now, I'm just standing here because I need my best friend Barry to carry me. But that's okay. I can just take him for granted.
I think I see what you did there.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
You want me to do my imitation of Barry Wheeler? No? Thought so.
In der Theorie Marker von ich. Wir müssen herausfinden, wer von uns beiden wer ist. In der Situation.
As the deputies hauled Wake and Wheeler away, Agent Nightingale eagerly examined the stack of papers Wake had been carrying. It was incomplete, a collection of random pages, but there was enough. He saw his own name in there, among others. His hands shook with emotion. Finally, it was proof. He had been right all along.
So, dann wollen wir doch mal rein hier. In die gute Stube.
Wow! You look at that thing, Al? They really went all out with this Viking crap, didn't they? Look at all this stuff. They must have done okay for themselves, so how come I never heard of these guys before?
And this from the guy who learned about Ozzy Osbourne through reality TV?
Sleep. We all spend a third of our dreams in
Night
a soft
Springs,
embrace,
man!
somewhere between fantasy
memories.
and oblivion.
Hey, remember when I got you that gig?
dreams
Your
have a way
first
of
real
forcing
writing job.
themselves
What
into
got you
waking
started?
Or
Was this one of your
vice versa.
episodes?
In Night Springs. Tonight's episode, The Dream of Dreams.
That's by someone else.
We join Mr. Jones as he explores the endless dreamscape, only to be brought to a sudden stop by a decidedly mundane situation. A long line of people.
Hey, Jones, right? Listen, we're gonna have to wait until His Highness over there is good and ready. Oh, wow. Who's that? You don't know him? What are you, new? He's the guy dreaming us. Well, not just us. He dreams everything. All of this.
But wait, no. I'm the one who's dreaming. I'm asleep. Isn't this my dream?
Oh, yeah. Sure. Get real, pal. You're just another dream. I'm a dream. You're a dream. The weirdo in the diving suit is a dream. And the girl made of smiles and sunshine is definitely a dream.
But I'm pretty sure I'm dreaming this.
Well, maybe you're a really confused dream. What am I, a shrink? All I know is I'm going with the smart guys. And they say that's the guy doing the dreaming. Right there.
I don't know what that means.
It means we keep him happy. No sudden falls. We make sure he has his clothes on when he goes out in public. No chases where the monster is nipping at his heels and he runs like crazy, but his legs don't seem to get him anywhere. None of that. Because if he wakes up in a cold sweat... Yeah, precisely. So we wait till he wants to move on. Keep things nice and calm.
Hey, something's happening here.
Yeah? What's that?
What? Can't you hear that?
Oh, God help us, it's an alarm clock. Oh, it's you, isn't it? Please, man, I got a wife and kids. Please don't wait.
Ja, wenn ihr mal wieder zu spät zur Arbeit kommt oder oder euch denkt so, nee, kein Bock heute zu arbeiten, bleibt einfach zu Hause und sagt als Entschuldigung, ey, Chef, ich konnte nicht zur Arbeit gehen, meine Traummännchen, die haben auch eine Familie und ich wollte nicht einfach so krass jetzt aufstehen, damit sie aus ihrer Existenz getilgt werden. Deswegen habe ich gedacht, ich bleibe extra länger liegen und schlafe mal ein bisschen länger. Und schenke denen ein paar Stunden extra Lebenszeit, ne?
It's 1976. Madness reigns at the Anderson farm. Contrary to all logic, the headiest ingredient of their moonshine is unfiltered water from Cauldron Lake. The Andersons feel like gods. Odin can't stop laughing. He contemplates cutting his eye out. Tor runs across the field, naked, shrieking, hammer in his hand, trying to catch lightning. Their songs have power. Something ancient is stirring in the depths, coming back.
Ja, ich will nur kurz anmerken, dass Odin eine Augenklappe trägt.
Imposing, almost like a battering ram.
Tourdaten. Old Gods of Asgard, die Ragnarok-Tour, 1975. Der Zorn der Götter wird kommen. 11. April Seattle, Bakersfield, Long Beach, New York City, Newark, Detroit, Jacksonville, Tampa, New Orleans, Baton Rouge. Ja. Leider keine Welttournee. Ausnahmsweise war ich das. Ach, Leute. Au! Meine Güte. Mann, ich will doch eigentlich nur die Flair gerade benutzen. Also gut, ich bin gerade wieder die ganze Zeit am Gehen, Diese verdammte Wärme. Au. Ups. Würde ich auch mal öfter nutzen. Hab ja einiges an Munition dafür. Hallo. Hör mal die Destilliere, wa?
Those geezers had quite a production going on. Ooh, you know what, Al? If we make it through this alive, I'm gonna start representing them. Yep, sell this stuff online, maybe get a reality show going, release a new single. Be careful, Al!
Das Nice ist ja, Control und Alan Wake spielen ja beide im gleichen Universum. Ich weiß jetzt gar nicht, ob Quantum Break mit dazu zählt. Aber ich meine, da war irgendwas bei Control. Ich hab's halt nie durchgespielt, weil irgendwie war mir das ein bisschen... Das hat mir nicht gefallen, dass die Story halt über Zettel erzählt wurde, die man immer lesen musste. Also wirklich komplett. Und irgendwie hat mich das Gameplay auch relativ schnell verloren. Ich muss mal gucken, vielleicht probiere ich das mal wieder in einem Stream. Vielleicht ziehe ich dann in einem Stream durch. Mal schauen. Aber da konnte man auch irgendwo aufschnappen, dass halt die Old Gods of Asgard wohl wieder ein Album rausbringen oder eine Single und halt auf Tour sind. Irgendwie sowas.
As you regular listeners know, I tend to work through the night, but I'm not the only one. Deputies Mulligan and Thornton are taking a couple of moments off their busy schedule to join me here in the studio. Boys, how busy are you now? Deerfest is almost here, isn't it? I bet that keeps you in business.
Pretty busy, yeah. Actually, Pat, we've been real busy with other stuff, which concerns an ongoing investigation. We can't talk about that, Thornton. I wasn't gonna say anything. I was just saying we got, you know, other irons to fry.
And how would you compare your workload to last year's? Things have seemed relatively peaceful to me, but people do tend to get a little wild this time of year.
Oh, it's wild, Pat. It's pretty wild. There's been all sorts of trouble this year. Vandalism, fighting, public disturbances. A lot of people gone missing, too.
Yeah, it's pretty much the usual stuff, Pat. Just, you know, a lot more of it.
Now, is it just me, or does Deerfest get wilder every year? People seem to be more drunk, at least, or they start earlier and younger.
Oh, it's definitely not just you, Pat, but...
Definitely, Pat.
Hey, I'm talking here, Thornton. Oh, shoot, I lost my train of thought.
Not just me.
Oh, yeah, it's wilder, Pat, but actually most of the trouble seems to be coming from grown men. People who ought to know better, you know? Kids are doing fine this year.
Well, that's nice to hear at least. Boys, I want to thank you for stopping by. I'll let you get back to your patrol.
Sure thing, Pat.
Yeah, sure thing, Pat.
Da fällt mir ein, wisst ihr noch, letzte Woche, als ich da die ganze Zeit drüber geredet hatte, dass hier gerade gefühlt so ein Krankenwagen, anderen Krankenwagen, sage ich schon, ein Feuerwehrwagen nach dem anderen da rumfährt und ich dann ja auch mal ganz kurz weggegangen bin, um mal auf dem Balkon zu gucken, ob man irgendwas sieht und so. Wie sich herausstellt, hat bei uns in der relativ nahen Nähe, also, ne, aber jetzt nicht so, dass man da was sehen konnte, auch wegen dem Wind und sowas, direkt am Waldrand eine Hütte gebrannt, eine Holzhütte. Und das ist relativ abseits von der Gegend hier. Und bei uns herrscht aktuell, es gibt ja im Sommer diese Waldbrandgefahr-Skalas, die von 1 bis 5 Maximum gehen. Also 1 ist so alles okay, 5 ist Gefahr. Kleine Funken könnten da Probleme bereiten. Und bei uns ist aktuell Stufe 3. Und weil da halt nirgends in der Nähe von dieser Waldhütte so ein Hydrant oder so ein Scheiß gewesen ist, mussten da halt auch Löschbezirke aus der Umgebung, ne?
I wasn't worried about trusting the ramblings of two burned-out geriatric wrecks. They had the goods.
Wo war ich stehen geblieben? Ja, da mussten noch andere Löschbezirke ankommen, die, Wasserwägen hatten, um, ja, Brand zu löschen und sowas. Wobei, soweit ich das mitgekriegt habe, und was auch smarter ist, haben sie sich primär um die Bäume drumherum gekümmert und haben die nass gemacht. Und die Hütte kontrolliert im Grunde abbrennen lassen. Da konnte man nicht mehr viel machen. Aber das ist schon krass, wenn man mal überlegt, wenn das niemandem aufgefallen wäre. Der dann den Rettungsdienst. Alter. Und nicht die Feuerwehr gerufen hätte. Wäre problematisch gewesen. Jetzt hau nicht ab, Kollege. Ja, hier ist ja nichts. So, aber wir sollten jetzt auch hier übrigens beim Ende angekommen sein von Episode 4, sobald ich in die Hütte reingehe. Deswegen sage ich zumindest schon mal für YouTube ein langsames Auf Wiedersehen. Nächste Woche geht's weiter mit Alan Wake, mit Episode 5. Sonntag. Also wenn ihr das auf YouTube seht, heute. 19 Uhr auf Twitch. Xbox Showcase und Starfield-Präsentation mit Maika von mir auf Twitch. Link in der Videobeschreibung. Und, ja. Genau. Darf ich nicht? Was fehlt denn noch? Und abseits davon, Montag Ubisoft Forward. Ich weiß gar nicht mehr, wie viel Uhr das genau ist. Muss ich mal nachgucken. Da war ich auch gar nicht, ob Minecraft mit dabei ist. Habe ich ihn, glaube ich, noch gar nicht richtig gefragt. Habe nur gesagt, ey, Ubisoft Forward ist dann um die Uhrzeit. Warte mal gucken, wie viel Uhr ist denn das? Wann war Ubisoft? Ach stimmt, PC Gaming Show ist auch noch am Sonntag um 22 Uhr. Die werde ich auf jeden Fall auch gucken. Ich weiß nicht, ob Minecraft da dann auch noch mit dabei ist. Ubisoft. 12. Juni, 19 Uhr. Ist definitiv nicht weiter. Oder ist irgendwo ein Gegner festgebackt? Oder wieso kann ich hier nicht durch? Irgendwas ist doch noch offen. Was ich machen muss. Ah, muss hier hoch. Muss ja hier Dings noch Barry mitholen.
Al? Is that you out there, buddy?
Yeah,
Yep.
It's me. Hang on.
Hey, let's go, man.
Darauf.
We're gonna have to work together to open this gate, Al. Looks pretty heavy. Hey, I think that's the farm on the other side of the field. We're almost there. This farm is a crazy place for crazy people.
We should feel right at home then.
Come on, one more gate. Let's do this thing.
Aber auf jeden Fall ein bisschen was übersehen. Was Seiten betrifft. Dieses Mal. Naja. Ende von Episode 4.
The lights are out. I guess we better check the fuse box.
Ah, das muss ich auch noch mal machen.
The power downstairs was out, but I was sure I could fix that at the fuse box.
Barry, du blockst mich. Barry, du blockst mich wieder.
You know, this place looks kind of lived in. I thought the Andersons were in the booby hatch.
Old gods know the
I don't think
truth.
they keep too close an eye on them at the clinic. They seem to slip away a lot so they can get wasted.
No kidding. Those guys sound awesome.
Ja. Eine Seite habe ich übersehen.
Again, Alice's screams rang in the stillness of the night. I saw myself run toward the cabin, flashlight in my hand. I followed my past self. I was an out-of-body observer, a time traveler in a crazy drunken dream. This was the beginning. The night Alice had disappeared. The mystery of what had happened during the missing week was about to reveal itself.
Come on. Can you hear that, Al? Music?
Of course. We need to find where it's coming from. That's the message the Andersons talked about. That's the whole reason we're here.
Lady of the Light? Oh, that's gotta be what's-her-face, the crazy lamp lady from the town.
Cynthia Weaver.
Right. Must be.
Okay.
We need to find Cynthia Weaver. We'll stay here for the night and head back to town as soon as it gets light.
Hey, Al. Lots of hours before dawn. Might as well get some rest. And by rest, I mean drunk.
Come on, Barry, this is... Yeah, what the hell?
seriously, because I know we don't get along, but we're gonna find her, right? And even though you're a crazy bastard, I'm gonna stick by you, no matter what, ever, Al. Sure, like a brother.
I'm a writer, goddammit.
Correct.
If I just wanted to, I could write 10 books a year. And they'd be the best books that year.
No, you couldn't.
That's right, I couldn't. But I could, because I'm a writer.
What? What do they put in this stuff? I feel like my brain is coming out of my nose. I'm gonna get the recipe off those coots and be a booze millionaire.
I just miss her, Barry. I just want her here with me.
I know, Al. I know. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna make it okay.
Das ist neu. What the fuck? Oder?
Alice, I'm coming.
Nee, es ist nicht neu.
I'm coming.
Ich erinnere mich.
Easy drunken dream. And yet, it was more than that. It was the truth. A suppressed memory unearthed by the Andersons' moonshine. I was there, an out-of-body observer. This was the night Alice and I had arrived at Bright Falls, the night Alice had disappeared. I had a chance to find out what had happened. I remembered being surprised to see the cabin dark. Alice would have never turned the lights off.
Alice!
I remembered thinking I caught a glimpse of her form underwater, sinking into the darkness. Diving after her was the last vague memory I had of that night. After that, the next thing I could remember was waking up behind the wheel of the crashed car and finding the first pages of the manuscript. I couldn't find her in all that blackness. I must have thought she drowned.
Alice!
Jagger had Alice, and so she had me. I'd been easy prey.
Look at the cabin. Is there someone in the window?
Alice?
Maybe she didn't drown after all. Maybe she's inside.
Alice!
Yes.
The dark presence had touched me. She had dug her nails into my brain and used me, made me her puppet.
She must be here somewhere. Maybe upstairs in the study.
Alice!
Yes, that's where she is. You can apologize.
Alice!
You'll laugh at the whole thing together and put it behind you.
Alice!
She's not here. You were foolish to think so. No, she's dead. She drowned.
No, no, no!
It's your fault your wife is dead. You are guilty. All she wanted was to help you right. You killed her. Oh, hush. There's still hope. Cauldron Lake is a special place. Here, you have the power to change things. She wanted you to write. I will tell you what to do. You can write her back. The story will come true, and all will be well again.
She had Alice, and the manuscript was the ransom for her. Yes. All right. I'll fix it. I'll bring her back. No. I wrote it. I remembered it all now. In the dark, I'd written for days, a week, almost a complete manuscript of a novel entitled Departure. Jagger had been my editor, whispering in my ear, making sure that the unfolding story would make her more and more powerful. I thought I was saving Alice. Even with the cobweb she put in my head, some part of me had been aware enough to write my escape into the story, to bring a light into the cabin to release me before I could finish, to interrupt the horror story before the ending, where darkness consumed everything and everyone. Zane was weak and far away, but I had written him into the story, and his light had been enough to set me free.
It isn't here now. I'm here because it was written. I brought the light to set you free. You must hurry. It will know I'm here. It will be back soon. It stole the skin of my Barbara a long time ago. She looks so old.
I'd woken up, confused and groggy, my mind consumed by darkness and fear. All I could do was to escape. The week spent in the cabin had taken its toll. I was barely conscious, and fading fast. It had to have cost Zane terribly, thrown him even deeper into whatever dark place he now haunted. But he had managed to weaken the dark presence, kept me safe that night.
I wrote it. It's my fault.
That's right, James Joyce. It's your fault, and you're gonna pay for it.
There's an old town road with mystery of Tom the poet and his muse, and a magic lake which gave a light to the words the poet used. Now the muse she was his happiness, and he rhymed about her grace, and told the stories of treasures deep beneath the blackened waves. Till in the stillness of wonder, and still in its misty crown, the muse she went down to the lake, and in the waves she drowned. And now to see your love set free, you will need the witch's cabin key. Find the lady of the light, gone mad with the night. That's how you reshape destiny. The poet came down to the lake to call out to his dear. When there was no answer, he was overcome with fear. He searched in vain for his treasure lost, and too soon the night would fall, and only his own echo would wail back as his call. And when he swore to bring back his love by stories he'd create, nightmares shifted in their sleep in the darkness of the lake. And now to see your love set free, you will need the witch's cabin key. That's how you reshape destiny. And now to see your love set free, she will lead the witch's cabin key. Find the lady of the light, still raving in the night. That's how you reshape destiny.
Previous.
Geiler Song. Ich mag ihn. Aber, übrigens gesungen von Poets of the Fall, die hier im Grunde die Rolle annehmen als, ja, ihr wisst schon, hier, Old Gods of Asgard. Machen sehr gute Musik. Poets of the Fall kann ich auch nur empfehlen, zumindest ich höre die durchaus ganz gerne. Die machen ganz gute Mucke. Nun denn, Leute, für heute wird es das dann jetzt aber auch wieder gewesen sein. Denn, ja, immer ein Kapitel dann, ne, Freitagabends. Und das Kapitel ist jetzt abgeschlossen. Beziehungsweise die, Episode. Wir sehen uns am Sonntag wieder, wenn wir dann, wenn ihr Bock habt dabei zu sein, ab 19 Uhr das Xbox Showcase gucken. Anschließend dann, ich glaube, die geht ungefähr 2 Stunden. Ich würde mal schätzen, so eine Stunde dann mit hier Starfield-Dingsbums. Und ab 22 Uhr dann der, sag mal schnell, PC Gaming. Die PC Gaming Show. Und mal schauen. Ich hoffe, wir kriegen da nicen Stuff geboten. Ansonsten sehen wir uns. Ich kann ja schon mal den Plan zeigen, wie er aktuell tatsächlich ist, weil den gibt es auch schon mehr oder weniger. Der aktuelle Streamplan für nächste Woche. Zack. Am Montag um 19 Uhr Ubisoft Forward. Gucken wir uns das doch zusammen an. Ich weiß doch nicht, wie es Dienstag, Mittwoch oder Donnerstag anschaut mit Signales. An einem dieser 3 Tage werde ich, denke ich mal, Signales machen, wenn ich mich in der Laune dafür fühle. Freitag 19 Uhr natürlich Alan Wake Episode 5 und Samstag das große Projekt oder das Special Event, was weiß ich, Special Stream. Muss auch gucken, wie ich das genau machen werde. Ob das alle 2, ich denke mal, ich werde das eher so alle 2 Monate machen, damit es ein bisschen was Besonderes bleibt statt monatlich. Kinderzimmer, wo Retro-Games gezockt werden. Mit mir und 2, 3, wer weiß, vielleicht auch 4 Special Guests, die jederzeit auftauchen können und wir zusammen dann Retro-Games zocken. Ob jetzt gegeneinander, Koop oder das gute alte, bist gestorben, der nächste Spieler ist dran. So nach dem Motto. Ja. So schaut es jedenfalls damit aus. Ich werde mich dann jetzt jedenfalls verabschieden.